Ignite your latest adventure. Set out to find new roads in the 2020 Chevy Blazer. This mid-sized SUV has plenty of style and tailors the space to your needs.
Boldness to behold, the 2020 Chevy Blazer, riding in style.
Hi, I'm Chef Douglas. Welcome to MIDA. MIDA actually means she gives me or he gives me in Italian, and we've translated that essentially to generosity. So this year is a little different. The challenges, while they may fluctuate, they still are challenges, and that is what the hospitality and the restaurant industry face every day. Without a global pandemic, we see the light forward, and we want to make sure we grab onto that, and we look forward to the future. Hospitality, at the end of the day, comes down to what I'm made of. Desire to please, to make people feel loved and make people feel welcomed. Deep down in my soul, it's really just about being able to throw a party every single day. This time really brought a spotlight onto people of all colors and people of all races, and it's really about realizing how much we are able to give. Not much can compare to 2020, and when we have that perspective, we realize how much we actually can give, is that feeling and that need to support one another, which I think is a beautiful silver lining. My favorite dish on the menu is the antipasti platter. When I was a kid growing up, my favorite thing to eat when we went out was the Poo Poo Platter at a Chinese restaurant. And I wanted to try to recreate that in an Italian version. I tried to have some fun with it. 3 types of salumi, sauces, textures. The antipasti platter develops with the conversation. As you taste little things, they can remind you of different places in your life. A close second for me is the ricotta gnocchi. It is by far the simplest dish we have on the menu, but one of the hardest to execute on a consistent basis. And I think we're proud to do that once we mix the pink peppercorn, Parmesan cheese, and we emulsify it all into this really rich, very assertive sauce. Gives this lovely texture and kind of emotion to the dish. Well, the Pomodoro Bolognese has also been on our menu for quite a while, and it's something that we've really perfected with the balance and the richness of the Bolognese itself. Sprinkle it with pangrattato and Parmesan at the end, which give it an incredible texture. It has almost a language that it speaks back to you, and I think that people love that, and I think that's why it's been on our menu for so long. The spaghetti and pesto, is very interesting because I wanted to do a dish that didn't have nuts, and I wanted to be inclusive in that sense through an item on the menu. I took dried chickpeas and I dried them and ground them up, and it's so interesting because they have the same texture and smell. So the gelato we make in house, it's luscious, my favorite thing to have to finish up a meal. The olive oil gives it the suppleness, and almost like wine does to food, it kind of opens the pores just a bit. It also gives it a little spice due to the natural characteristics of the olive oil. Our cocktail program really is varied. We try to focus on some classics and also riffs on some classics that involve the names and some inspirations from our neighborhood. Obviously the classic Negroni, as well as our Margarita, which is a take on a margarita, but I think it just blends kind of Italian sensibilities. MIDA is located on the corner of Mass Ave and Tremont. You can also find us on Instagram at MIDA Boston or at Douglas Williams. We can't wait to invite you into our home.